on to your shoulder stretches for beginners. Those stretches are to be done after your practice, after your workout, or they can be done on their own after your activation exercises to make it into a nice little short practice. This will help with your range. This will help with getting a bit more mobility and flexibility in the shoulders. So the first exercise that we do, you might recognize it from the activation exercises. We go back into our puppy pose with the knees hip width apart and the hips above the knees. Like, I really try and come into a cow stretch first, and then I gently take my hands a little bit further forward. What's important here, again, it's quite an active stretch. We try and slide the shoulder blades away from the ear, so we're not sinking into the shoulder blades. We really pull them and we gently take ourselves down. If you are really tight, you can drop the forehead. If you feel like you can drop the chest, and then we drop the chest. And if you want to add a bit of height, then we can come into the fingertips. The aim here is to keep turning those biceps towards the ceiling, even as you sink down. And so you take it back. The second exercise is a thread the needle. So again, similar to your activation exercise, we take a nicer twist to open the back, and then we twist away. When you twist away, what I suggest as well is to have the arm that's on the ground pulled away as far as possible. So try to have like your shoulder in between your knees into that sort of alignment. Shoulder is still away from the ear. Relax the head and gently press the arm that is on the floor to give a bit more of a twist. You can open that twist into a bit of a grip to open into the shoulder and into your pectoral here. And the other option is to just get a little bit more into your lats here by bringing the arm straight above the head. It's a different stretch. So it's up to you to choose this option, or this option. Yeah. When you take the pectoral opening option, just try and really roll that shoulder back. I'm quite tight on my right side. And I keep pushing onto the ground to like increase that sort of twist in the spine. Okay. Exercise number 3, we're going to the scorpion stretch. So here we come lying on the ground. We lie on the ground, we have the arms into a T shape. And make sure, again, that you rotate the shoulders. So don't keep the shoulders rolled in. Roll them out slightly. Press down into the ground. I take one side, I lift one leg. And then I open into the chest. If you can drop that foot down, then that's perfect. So same arm, same leg. The arm is pushing and the leg is dropping. Keep rotating that shoulder open so you really get into your pectoral here. Yeah, so let me show you the other side. I take my left arm, I got my right hand, I lift my right leg, and I open, and I push gently a little bit my left hand into the ground. I roll my left shoulder out, and I keep pushing actively with my right hand to keep opening and deepening the stretch. Beautiful. And the last exercise is a trap release. So quite easy. You can come kneeling, you can sit down, you can stand up. But what we do is press one arm away, and then with the other arm we go at the back and we hold onto the wrist and we keep pulling down into the arm that we're trying to stretch. And then the opposite ear is going to try and come to the shoulder of the hand that is holding down the other arm. So it looks like this. Up from the back. Over here. You have options to kind of like roll the head a little bit forward to get a little bit more of a stretch into the back of the neck. And you can also open to stretch the front. Okay, so it's got some nice bit of release. It's very good as well to do if you have a bit of tension from your desk job. So really pull onto the wrist, and stretch the shoulder away from the ear, and nice opening. I look up to open a bit more at the front of my neck, and I look down to open into the back. Very nice. So you can just pick at least 2 exercises after your practice or your workout, and do some holds for at least 20-30 seconds and up to a minute or 2. Again, I'm explaining this every time when we do stretches. If you hold longer than 2 minutes, you bypass your stretch reflex, which can be okay once your joint is strong enough to bypass that stretch reflex, but just make sure that you have done your activation before holding longer stretches, because you want your nervous system to ensure that your joint is strong enough to hold the stretch, and when you bypass the stretch reflex, you can injure yourself if you're not strong enough. Also, if you're hypermobile, please do not go too far into your stretch, and please practice your activation before stretching. I hope that you enjoy your practice.